Welcome to StoryBite, the place where we dive deep into life-changing insights that can help you become the best version of yourself. If you're looking for inspiration and practical wisdom to improve your life, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're going to explore You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, a fun and empowering guide that shows you how to unlock your inner power and create a life that's truly your own. Whether you're feeling stuck, uncertain, or simply looking for ways to improve your mindset, this book is a wake-up call. It's packed with practical advice, humor, and stories that make you realize you have everything you need to succeed. So grab your favorite drink, get cozy, and let's dive into these life-changing lessons that will help you unlock your inner badass and live a life of freedom and fulfillment. Let's get started with the first lesson. Self-love is the foundation of a badass life. You may have heard the term self-love tossed around a lot, but it's not just some feel-good concept. It's crucial to living a life that feels powerful and meaningful. So what does self-love really mean? It's more than just treating yourself to a spa day or taking bubble baths, though those things can definitely help. It's about silencing the inner critic, the one that constantly tells you you're not good enough, smart enough, or worthy enough. It's time to stop listening to that voice and replace it with a supportive cheerleader that lifts you up every single day. One of the simplest but most powerful practices you can do is to look in the mirror each morning and say, "I love you," to yourself. At first, this might feel uncomfortable or even silly, but with time, it becomes a game changer for your mindset. By reinforcing positive thoughts about yourself, you begin to recognize your own worth and begin treating yourself with kindness and respect. Think about a time when you accomplished something. Maybe you finished a project at work or helped a friend through a tough time. Even though these may seem like small accomplishments, they matter. Celebrate them. Every little win you celebrate builds confidence, and that's what self-love is all about. Recognizing and honoring your own greatness, no matter how small the step. Now let's move on to the second lesson. Embrace your uniqueness. We all have that tendency to compare ourselves to others. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking we're not as successful, attractive, or talented as others. But Jen makes it clear, comparing yourself to others is a quick road to unhappiness. Instead, she encourages us to embrace our uniqueness and celebrate the things that make us who we are. What makes you you? Maybe it's your quirky sense of humor, your creative passion, or the way you connect with others. Rather than trying to fit into someone else's mold, lean into what makes you authentic and embrace your individuality. For example, let's say you love painting, but you're not a professional artist. That's perfectly okay. What matters is that you enjoy the process and express yourself through it. By diving into your passions and sharing them with the world, you not only express your creativity, but also create a ripple effect that can inspire others. Jen shares powerful stories of people who embraced their quirks and found joy in being authentic. One story is about someone who loved knitting and, despite having no formal training, started sharing their creations online. What happened next was incredible. They built a community of like-minded individuals who not only appreciated their work, but even supported them in starting a small business. That's the magic of embracing your uniqueness. When you lean into your true self, you open doors to new opportunities and connections. The third lesson is to ditch the excuses. We all have excuses, some small, some big, that keep us from taking action toward our dreams. I don't have time. I'm not ready yet. I don't know where to start. These are just a few of the many excuses we make to avoid taking responsibility for our lives. But Jen calls out the truth. Excuses are simply stories we tell ourselves to avoid facing our fears or taking action. For example, maybe you've always wanted to start a business, but you keep telling yourself, "I don't have time." The real reason? It's likely that you're afraid of failing or unsure of where to begin. Jen suggests a powerful exercise. Write down all your excuses. Be brutally honest with yourself. Then look at each excuse and come up with a solution. Maybe your time issue is really a matter of priorities. Could you wake up 30 minutes earlier to work on your passion project? Or could you cut back on time spent scrolling social media? Small changes can make a big difference, and suddenly your excuses don't seem as powerful. Lesson 4. Raise your vibration. At first, this may sound a little woo-woo, but Jen explains it in a practical way that makes perfect sense. Your energy, the thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, the actions you take, has a vibrational frequency. And this energy attracts experiences that match it. Let's say you wake up feeling grumpy. Maybe you spill your coffee, stub your toe, and everything feels off. This negative energy can quickly snowball, leading to a bad day. Now picture the opposite. You wake up, take a deep breath, and think about all the things you're grateful for. This simple shift in your energy sets the tone for a more positive day. Jen suggests starting each morning by listing 3 things you're thankful for. It's a practice that can have profound effects on your life. It's not about ignoring life's challenges, but about choosing to focus on the good and letting that energy propel you forward. Imagine someone who starts each day with gratitude. Over time, they begin to notice that not only do they feel happier, but opportunities start coming their way too. That's the power of raising your vibration. Lesson 5. Take bold action. It's not enough to wish for a better life, you have to take action. If you've been waiting for the perfect moment or hoping that things will magically change, Jen reminds you that action is the key to transformation. Let's say you dream of traveling the world, but you don't know where to begin. Start by doing something, anything. Research destinations, set a savings goal, or create a travel fund. The universe responds to action, and by taking the first step, you're sending a message to the world that you're ready to receive your dreams. Jen shares a story of how she moved from a broken-down garage to the life of her dreams, all because she took consistent, bold steps toward her goals. When you act with courage, even in small ways, you build momentum, and that momentum leads to big changes. For instance, let's say you want to learn a new language. Set aside just 10 minutes a day to practice. Over time, you'll master the language, and that opens doors to new opportunities and friendships. That's the power of bold action. It's the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be.